Racing Point find themselves at the centre of another discussion as they seem to have found a loophole in the token system meant to reduce costs. By buying old parts from Mercedes, they can save tokens which they can then use to develop other parts of the car, while teams like Renault have to make compromises on the parts they can choose to develop as they have to do it all in-house. Renault's managing director Cyril Abiteboul has now given his opinion on this while speaking to Auto Motor Und Sport. I'm your host Dylan Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Racing Point will probably get away with token dispute. Abiteboul got straight to the point. Racing Point will probably get away with it. It's frustrating. I still do not understand. We have already warned about this point since the draft of all the rule adjustments was available. He then expressed his feelings about the token system. I don't understand the need for this rule. In every meeting we raised the issue, but were always told that it was part of a package. The package was so important that we didn't want to let it fail at a single point. He then revealed how he would have never agreed to this rule had it been put to a vote on its own. If the token regulation had been voted individually, we would never have agreed. We had no choice but to accept that. Only then did many people realise what that means. But then it was already too late to change anything for next year. He concluded his words by elaborating on how Racing Point can gain an advantage because of their business model that involves buying old parts from Mercedes. This is my biggest disappointment. We'd change a lot more if allowed. Racing Point can change a lot more than we can. This is a clear advantage for customers who use this model by taking over parts that are 1 year old. Fast feed. Ferrari Charles Leclerc explained that the first target for all the drivers will be to get the most out of qualifying and secure a good position on the grid, as it's not easy to overtake there, referring to Sochi. Alfa Romeo's Kimi Raikkonen doesn't have many good memories about racing in Sochi, as for some reason it's always been a fairly unlucky track for him. He, however, added that he is not someone who looks at past form too much, and that his focus is on having a good weekend and get the most of what their car can produce. Racing Point's Sergio Perez thinks they can have a stronger second half of the season. He also doesn't think that luck has always been on his side in the races so far. It feels like there is more to come. On the other hand, he really likes Sochi, and he has great memories here. It's a good track and he likes the challenge, and thinks they can score good points this weekend. Williams' George Russell has stated it was disappointing missing out on those points at Mugello, points that he felt they thoroughly deserved. However, it has given him and the team greater motivation to go out there and extract even more performance from the car. Defending world champion Lewis Hamilton has been included in Time magazine's latest list of the 100 most influential people in the world. Masashi Yamamoto, Honda's F1 managing director, has revealed that their engine specifications from now on will remain until the end of the season, and that they can no longer update it due to the changes in the regulations. Former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher feels that his nephew and current F2 driver Mick is on the right track towards Formula 1. He also explained that fortunately Vettel had a week's rest after the bad weekend in Mugello, half a second slower than his teammate in qualifying. Sure, that hurts, but that's Formula 1. He further elaborated that if everything doesn't fit well, such a gap is possible, but he is sure that at Racing Point we'll see the old Vettel again, as the Racing Point car is faster than Ferrari and easier to drive. Former Ferrari team principal Stefano Domenicali has stated that being a Ferrari team principal swallows you up and you have almost no time for private life, hobbies and friends. He also feels that current Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto must be given time and space to carry out his plans. Red Bull's Alex Albon has stated that along with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, McLaren's Lando Norris and Williams' George Russell are all close friends and they could be called the Twitch Quartet. And he added that there's an unwritten rule that when you have your helmet on there's no friendship. Should customer teams be forced to use their tokens on buying certain parts? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.